There are some major allegations happening right now targeting Jason Herzog that could possibly change everything forever. It could change the course of the sport. It could ruin the UFC if these allegations turn out to be true. And Jason Herzog, man, was considered probably the best referee 2 years ago. He's had some stinkers since then. Henry Cejudo, Song Yadong, Cannonier versus Imavov, that was the worst one. Teixeira versus Lewis. The Asian girl fight, Xiaolong Long versus Zhang Wei Li. I can't remember the other woman's name, but that was in the co-main event for UFC 300. What else? The Nguyen fight with that Muslim guy from the UAE. He's had some stinkers. And these allegations have come out because of the Bulgarian rigging, and that was a rigging. Bulgarian just got cut from the UFC today. His whole purse has been withdrawn and frozen. That guy rigged that fight. There's conspiracy around that one. Now, Herzog was not the referee for that fight. It was some other referee whose name, one of those rare referees, the bald guy, can't remember his name. Not Mergliata, some other dude. Herzog, this guy, Harry Mack, he's giving out these allegations. He's basically saying, let's go to the big one. Federal regulators have flagged over 100 UFC fights this year for abnormal betting patterns. Now, there's about 42 to 43 UFC events every single year. 12 to 13 of these events are the pay-per-view events that have numbers, and then the rest are UFC fight nights. There's about 13 to 14 fights per card, and this guy's saying that there's 100 fights this year. I can't believe that for abnormal betting patterns. He's basically saying around 100 fights are being rigged. Even if that was 50 or 25, like if it was 25, that could be believable, but still very, very damaging. But 100, I can't believe that, man. I refuse to believe that. Not in my favorite sport, or my only sport that I watch, except for boxing. I do watch boxing. But, you know, I was one of those dumbass kids back in the day that believed the WWE was real. If you ever wanted to know if those retards existed that thought that WWE was real, here's one of those retards right here. I was one of them back in 2009, 2010, 2011, when I was watching the WWE as like a little 10-year-old. But eventually I grew out of it. I came to the UFC because I wanted stuff that was real. You know, I also believed that Santa was real back in the day, and the Easter Bunny, and the fucking Tooth Fairy. If this is true, or even close to being true, the UFC has to be done. The reputation of the UFC would be forever tarnished. It'll still exist, but it'll just be make-believe horseshit. And now I'm thinking about all these previous fights, like, oh my god, was Jones and Gane rigged? Was that fight rigged? No, I can't be thinking like this. There's no way this is real. I refuse to believe that. And he also says, including 2 additional fighters on last night's card. Shit is about to get very ugly. Still working to confirm, but it sounds like the feds are moving to audit Herzog's fights. Whoa. He got 7,000 likes, 4.5 million views. I know that's not everything, but there's a big allegation for this guy, who's apparently some MMA journalist. I don't fucking know. What does he call himself? But Fight Biz or something. Who the fuck is this guy? And why are people giving him attention? Here's the thing with Herzog, man. Every referee has stinky performances. Herb Dean, Mark Smith, Mark Goddard, Mike Beltran. At the end of the day, they're humans. They make mistakes. But damn, that Cannonier stoppage, that was bad. The Henry Cejudo eye poke, that was bad at first, but apparently there was some rule that he was talking about that they're changing up, so I'm not mad about that one in hindsight. He should have stopped the Steve Nguyen fight. I just think Jason Herzog has lost his step. I'm not saying that he's compromised. I can't believe that yet. We need more evidence. But this guy, Harry Mack, let's see what else he has to say. In the spirit of cooperation and respect, I outlined a very serious issue to Jason concerning one of his fighters. He has assured me he will reach out and cut that fighter as a client. He also says, 6 hours ago, LMFAO, I wish I was joking, but I just got new information that's going to make things much worse. For those demanding red meat, I've reached out to a certain MMA manager as a professional courtesy to give him a chance to explain himself. Should he not explain himself, I'll share what I have without explanations. Okay, we're waiting. Mark Ratner and Jeff Nowitzki, who oversee UFC's compliance and integrity, are now under federal scrutiny. What the fuck is happening? I don't know who to believe. I don't know who this guy is. Jason Herzog's got a Twitter, though. He's defending himself. So here's Harry Mack, the guy that gave the allegations. LARPing as an MMA ref on Twitter is such a good bit. He's not LARPing. That's actually Jason Herzog's profile. You seem upset, a symptom of the hormones, I hear. To be fair to the critics, I'm in a position where decisions you make are scrutinized, and some of decisions could have or should have been different. That's fine to a point, but the point you need to arrive at after scrutiny is that's the right call. I'm not on the bandwagon yet that Jason Herzog is compromised. Not yet. We need to wait for more stuff. But if this is true, I mean, it ruins the UFC forever. It tarnishes the reputation forever of the UFC. You can never go back. My favorite hobby, my favorite sport will be ruined because of greed and gambling. Look, the gambling shit, man, all this DraftKings and all these online gambling stuff, it just kind of popped out in like the last 2 years. I don't think it was that big like 5 years ago. I guess it was like because of COVID. It's ruining everything, dude. You can make so much money if you're a fighter betting against yourself. And that's what Dolgarian did. Who knows how much money Dolgarian and his buddies made? They made a lot of money, most likely. That's just crazy, man. And Dolgarian was like a minus 2,000 favorite in the fight before that. Imagine if he rigged that one. Could have walked away a millionaire if he played his cards right. I refuse to believe the allegations so far for now. We need to wait for more information, but it's not looking good. I mean, this guy can talk a lot of shit, but Ariel's on it. Now more people are talking about it. Everybody's piling on. The FBI's getting involved, apparently. This is bad. This could change everything forever. And now I'm looking at all these previous fights, thinking to myself, oh my God, is that rigged? Did Imavov actually knock out Izzy legitimately? Or did he just take a dive? No, he generally did knock him out, okay. There's no way that was rigged. Nah. I hope not. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. I'm kind of depressed right now. But yeah. Subscribe to my channel, motherfuckers. Peace out.